Well, good morning. Today is, and still, it's good morning still. Today is Thursday. See, when you're retired, you lose all track of the days of the week. I have to look at my clock over there, and it tells me it's Thursday. Thursday, December 2nd, and we do have a birthday today. Today is Kimberly Hopkins' birthday, so Kimberly, you knew you'd get a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kimberly. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. I should have had my Christmas lights on over here behind me. I should have had them lit up, but you wouldn't have been able to see them because it's daytime anyhow. I'm all excited because my cousin is in from Toronto, Lynn, and her husband, Dale. We haven't seen each other since the summer of 2019, so it's been over 2 years. It was an emotional reunion, let me tell you, when she came through. She was supposed to get here yesterday about 3:30 in the afternoon, but there was a major accident on the 401, or maybe it was the 402, but one of the two. And so they had to go a major detour out of the way because there was a tanker trailer that had overturned and they had closed the highway down. So she didn't get here till, it was almost 6 o'clock. So we had dinner late. Well, not for me, because I usually eat between 6:30 and 7 anyhow. So we ate dinner about 7 o'clock. And then Christy and Aaron and Sophia came over, and then Danny came over with Sebastian and Oliver, and we had some cake. It was just a fun time. And then we watched TV for a little bit, and then for breakfast this morning, Lynn made her French toast casserole, which is delicious. It's you cut up some bread, obviously for French toast, and you put it in a baking dish, and then you use a dozen eggs. We used a whole loaf of bread, a dozen eggs. I forget how much milk. And then some maple syrup, and you mix that all together and you pour it over the top of the the bread, and then you let it set overnight, and then in the morning before you put it in the oven, you sprinkle some cinnamon on top and you bake it in the oven for an hour. So we had that for breakfast. It was delicious. Not Weight Watcher friendly, not the least bit, but you know what? I'm just so happy to have my cousin here. I really am. I just can't tell you how happy I am. But she's not here right now because she took my car because she likes to go to Myers. You know how much I hate Myers, and she knows how much I hate Myers. So she always goes with a list from everybody from Canada for the stuff that you can't get in Canada that she can get here in the States. So she's shopping with her list for all of her friends and family in Canada. And then I think she's going to go over to Target, which I probably could have went there because then I could have got my Starbucks drink because there's a Starbucks inside the store. But you know what? I had the cake yesterday and I had the French toast this morning, so I don't need I know, I'm trying to convince myself. You don't need it, Sandy. You really don't need the Starbucks drink. It's only 6 points, which I don't think is bad, but I only get 18 in a day. And the French toast probably put me over there. Well, maybe pretty close to the 18. I think we're just going to have sandwiches for dinner because we're going to go out to Jimmy's property so that they can see the progress on the house. So we're going to be doing that this afternoon. And have I mentioned how happy I am? But you know what? I'm still trying. I really am trying to still stay on my program. And because, you know, life is about choices. It really is. And I could choose just to go haywire or go really, like I said yesterday, off the rails and just go crazy. I enjoyed my piece of cake. I didn't need my piece of cake, but and it was a piece of cake. It wasn't a hunk of cake. It wasn't a chunk of cake. And it was a piece of cake. So I enjoyed every bite of the piece of cake. And then, like I said, I enjoyed the French toast this morning, but I'm just so enjoying the company. Jim and Dale had gone to Cabela's because they're going to look at guns and all that. That's not, once again, another thing that just doesn't interest me. And then I guess they had some snow tires put on the car before they came from Canada. And I guess they didn't balance them right, so it was kind of a bouncy ride. So they're bringing it over to the Bell Tire to make sure the balancing is right. So they're dropping the van off, and then that's why Lynn took my car, because then Jim and Dale took Jim's truck. So I thought I'll just stay here and finish up my video. And I got all of my Wemos, which are the electric timers for my lights. I've got every one of them working perfect. Put that out into the universe. Good thoughts, good vibes. I hate to even jinx myself. But last night, everything came on when it was supposed to, and everything went off when it was supposed to. So, and then I did learn something new about them. I always take them out of the wall sockets, and put them with the Christmas things because I think, I don't need them again until next year at Christmas time. Duh. I figured out there's a little button you can push to turn them on at any time. So I can still keep them plugged in, and then when I need to use them, just, push the button and turn them on. Silly me. Silly me. I should have known better. But, so I learned that. But, like I said, as hard as it was for me, I chose to get those silly old plugs. And I knew that it was going to be a battle, and it's been a couple days battle. And I just attempted. I find I do my best work in the middle of the night. Isn't that sad? But like 12:30, 1 o'clock is when I do my best work in the morning. 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. Because that's when I got all my timers to work. And I don't know, maybe that's because I have AT&T, and everybody in my neighborhood pretty much has AT&T. So maybe we're all on the routers at the same time, and maybe at 12:30 or 1, most of the people are still kind of sleeping or going to sleep, so they're not on their devices. I don't care. I figured it out. I made the choice to do it when I thought it would be. And you would think that that's like the worst time to do it, because you think it would be better to do it in the morning, a fresh start. But no, not so much for me. I'd like to do things the difficult way, as is my weight loss. Always doing the difficult way. When I was making the smart choices at the beginning, I was like breezing. I had no problems. And when I eat right, and I eat correctly, and I eat all the foods that I love, I don't have a problem staying on plan. I don't struggle. But that first time that I just kind of go off the rails, I can see why people become alcoholics. I can see why you could never have another drink. I can understand that completely. Or like if you smoke a cigarette and you quit smoking and you have just that one cigarette. I completely understand that. Now, I really have a food addiction, but you know what? I need food to live. So I have to realize which foods are going to set off my addiction. And on Thanksgiving, the cake and the brownie, I knew it was going to set me off on my addiction, and it did. It really did. I overeat on my berries and my fruits and stuff like that, but that doesn't set me off into a tailspin that I think, oh, I gotta have some berries. I gotta have some berries. Once I have them for my breakfast, I'm fine. If I had a piece of cake for breakfast, I'd want another piece of cake at lunch, and then I'd want another piece of cake at dinner, because that sugar just does it to me. And I think a lot of it is just emotions, because part of me is just resentful of the fact that, why can't I eat the way other people eat? Why can't I eat like a normal person? Why can't I have like a slice of cake and then I'm fine, and that's all I needed was that slice of cake? I know many people that can just turn down a piece of cake. There's a special place in hell for them. Isn't that mean? It's just so mean. It's just like, oh my God. I should have said there's a special place in heaven, but no. I just like, I'm so upset with them that they can say, no, I really, I had a piece of cake last week and it really was enough. It's just like, no, they set me off. They really do set me off. But, boy, that's not a very Christian-like thing to say, is it? Jeez. But I'm not going to take it back, because I thought about it for a second, but it's just like, I shouldn't have said that. Oh well, you know me, no edit button. I just say what I think. But anyway, I think that a lot of my food choices are my emotions. They really are. Food just brings back such good memories and brings back bad memories. I mean, you can get all kinds of memories from food, but I just have to, especially at this time of year, it's my favorite time of the year, because I love all my decorations now that they're all up, because when Dale came in, he says, oh my gosh, I threw up Christmas in here. I'll put up my Christmas video this weekend, because I do go to extremes. I really do go to extremes. I do try to cut back, and even when I sat down the other day and told Jim, I said, I'm just getting too old for all this. He says, well, why don't we just put up the tree? And I went, bite your tongue. I'm not just putting up the tree. That's a sign that I'm getting old when I'm going to just put up my tree. Not against anybody that just puts up a tree, because my kids just put up a tree. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that, to me, it's like you got to throw up Christmas. It's got to be everywhere. But I have to have my reminders of Christ's birthday too. So I have my manger. I have like little angels. I have all of that stuff, and I remember what the season's truly about. But I just bask in all of this. And so it tends to lead me to remembering when I was a child, like stringing the popcorn and then eating the buttered popcorn. We string popcorn, but we'd eat buttered popcorn while we were stringing the popcorn. And like the candy canes, eating all the candy canes, the homemade fudge, the Christmas cookies, all of those memories. And we grew up poor. I mean, I didn't realize at the time when we were growing up how poor we really were, but we never felt deprived at Christmas time. The only time I'll be honest, the only time I really kind of felt deprived is when I got my stockings, because all my friends had like real Christmas stockings. We just had our knee socks. We had our socks that we wore. And then in the morning when you got up, you knew what you got in your stocking because it was all in the shape of the fruit, the banana, the apple, the orange. You just knew that's what you were going to get. And then once you got it, we all just put it in a fruit bowl on the table because, that wasn't a big deal. Once in a while, we might get a piece of candy, once in a while. But like my friends would get like little gifts and little toys and, like little transistor radios and things like that. But I can honestly say that I never felt deprived of anything. Anything I ever asked for at Christmas, I always got. We had to give my mother, like our birthdays. We always got whatever we wanted for our birthday dinner. We had to tell my mother the month before our birthday. Maybe that's why I celebrate the whole month. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. But we had to tell her the month before what we wanted for dinner. And we would have whatever we picked. My mother would make whatever you picked. And you'd have the whole spread. And I realize now that what my mother did was we just ate really cheaply for that month. And there was like 6 kids, so there was like 6 months, and we're all different months on the birthday list. So we got what we wanted on our birthdays, and we never would pick. You're not going to pick hot dogs or hamburgers. We would pick like a roast or a chicken dinner or something like that. Which now I eat chicken every single day, but I guess chicken must have been pretty expensive when I was growing up because that was a special occasion to have chicken. But we always had that. We had our cake, and then at Christmas time we had to let her know at Thanksgiving what our gifts were. And I remember my mother always got a job during Christmas and like selling toys. She was a toy demonstrator or, working like Tupperware things and stuff like that just for the holidays. And I always thought it was odd that my mother only worked during the holidays. And it was because she wanted to make sure our Christmases were special. So I think that all of that plays into my emotions, and now I have to just think that maybe my mother was onto something with just the fruit. Maybe I should just eat the fruit. But I have to keep asking myself does the lifestyle I'm choosing support my decisions that I'm making? So, lately, no. And my lifestyle is not supporting it is supporting the decisions I'm making because I'm making poor decisions. But I should say, is it supporting the decisions that I want to make to eat healthier? And I can honestly say that this year this has not been my choice. So, as the year is coming to a close, I don't plan on having a gain over the holidays. I've told you that. But I'm going to rethink 2022 and just figure that 2021 was my respite period. I had a whole year of respite from Weight Watchers and get back serious back at the first of the year. But for the month of December, I'm going to be diligent. I really am. I'm going to be really thoughtful and really think things through. But I'm going to enjoy the season, realize that it's about the spirit of Christ coming and the food. I know I keep coming back to that, but that's how I know there are so many people out there that have such great recipes that I can follow, that are easy to follow. And, it's not like Jim can't follow along. And I really do need to start doing that a little bit more. But the problem is that even like a sugar-free piece of cake, like Joan's Point of Plate gave me a perfect recipe for a mug cake. That's good, but I think I haven't made one yet, but I've seen hers and they do look really good with a little bit of Cool Whip on top, which is hardly any points. I think if she said it was 2 points, I think. But I haven't got around to making it because I'm so afraid of doing that and then thinking, well, you know what? That was good, but you know what? A Hostess cupcake would be better. I know how my mind works. And so I have to get into the right frame of mind. Recipes with Roy has so many great recipes. I mean, I wish I lived closer to him and Joan. I would go like to one person's house one night and go to the other person's house the other night. I'd go back and forth. I really would. But I just, I know food's on my mind again today. It's always on my mind. Most people have Georgia on their mind. No, Sandy has food on her mind. So, but I have to remember that I have to let my emotions calm down. Don't let my emotions make my decisions, and choose wisely. And I know I can. So I'll get back on here again tomorrow real quick, do another quick video. Lynn's going home on Saturday morning. Bertie and I are going to some, I don't know where, to be honest with you, a Christmas, it's on the western side of Michigan, state of Michigan. I think it's in the Muskegon area, but I'm not really sure. But we're going to be going there, and I guess the sidewalks are heated, and there's like a Christmas mall that we're going to go through. We're just going to go for the day. It's like a 2.5-hour drive to get there. So our plan was we were going to leave about 10 o'clock, get there around lunchtime, have lunch, then do our shopping, and then come home like around dinner time, and then figure out what we're going to eat, something on the way home, or eat. I don't eat and travel, so I don't know what we're going to do. But anyway, so I'll get Bertie on my video on Saturday was the whole point of that. And then back to my normal babbling. Of course, look at 15 minutes. I was just going to do a really quick little one right now. Maybe 15 minutes for me is quick, so. But anyway, that's going to do it for now. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, and share if you think somebody would like to see it. Actually, I've been asking you questions, and I love that you've been answering them. My question now is, what emotion, well, I want to think of a good question, a really good question that I can ask, that I should be asking myself. What memory sets off your food, what memory of a food at this time of year sets off your urges, I guess, or your emotional eating? That's it. What memory of Christmas time sets off an emotional eating pattern for you? Because mine is just Christmas in general. I know that's probably be a lot of people's, but anyway. All right, what thing sets you off emotionally eating at this time of year? How's that sound? Okay, now I'm done. Thank you for watching.